let you read this right here.
Okay.
And then do the first 4 lines, and then I'll take care of the last line.
Okay. Today's the 9th?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good.
8:50 a.m. Okay. Well, this interview is being recorded. We'll introduce ourselves, start with myself, and then we'll end with you. Detective Allen, badge 7025.
Jessica Cuddy, 10515.
Okay. What I'll do is let you read. Who typed the report up?
I did.
You did? Okay. I'll let you read.
Okay. I didn't write it too long ago, so, okay. I remember.
You remember it?
Yeah, I remember
Okay.
everything pretty well.
You can have a seat over there. I'll let you and take the mouse there and click play. Watch the video.
Okay.
Is this what y'all's view looks like?
Who's fighting
It's,
today?
I don't know why it's playing like that.
Okay.
Now, I got one that's a lot clearer than this, using DSOs by the camera.
Take it back. Are they trying to fight him?
Because when I looked at mine, it was pretty clear.
Was it?
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
just
sure
want to
why
make sure you guys saw a clear version, so that way you saw it.
Yeah, I've seen the clear version, but
Okay, good.
I'm not sure.
There you go.
So, is that you tasing?
Yes.
Oh, no, okay.
Yes.
Lay down. Do it again. You're gonna get it again. On your stomach. On your stomach. On your stomach. Get on your stomach. My radio's not fucking working. On your stomach. Don't move. Get on your stomach. On your stomach. Get on your stomach. I'm gonna hit you with the taser. Get on your stomach. We'll go in just a second. Let me get the out of here.
Did he, your partner use his? Is this taser used?
Turn around.
What?
Your partner.
No, just mine.
I think so. Let me get a clean one and see what happens to the system.
That's okay, I've seen it.
Okay, you have it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't.
Yeah, I watched it several times just to make sure I saw what I saw.
Well, I think handcuffs just need this one, because I've seen it and it jump like this. Okay, you come back up here.
Okay.
So you're familiar with with
Yes.
everything now? Okay.
Yes.
All right, so explain to me, how you and your partner got the call, what happened when you got out there?
Yeah, we got a PD request by fire. It said something about, somebody, there was fires being set on the service road,
Mhm.
in between, the service road, or, the freeway and the animal shelter. So we drove up and, we see fire out there, so we walked up and the first firefighter was trying to tell me something, but I couldn't hear him. But I think he was talking about the other firefighter's face, like that he'd been hit in the face.
Okay.
And so when I walked up, it was just my partner, myself, and DSO was there right before we were, and he walked up with us, I guess. And he said, I asked, if somebody had been hit, and they pointed to Mr. Cox, and I saw redness on his face. And he seemed calm. He seemed like he was okay for a second. He was just standing there with his hands on his hips, just
Mhm.
kind of. And I thought maybe he was just making sure he didn't run out into traffic, before we got there. So we were waiting for our cover because he was right around the corner, Lingua, to come up and thought if we get 4 people here, including DSL, we'll each grab a limb, we'll get him handcuffed, get him in an ambulance, and figure out what can we do for him. Well, I guess they were saying something. I couldn't hear what they were saying. He was saying something to him.
Who was?
The firefighter.
Okay.
Yeah, I could see that he was looking at him. He was saying something, and I guess he said something that got his attention because that's when he sat up and he was looking around. He looked at us first and realized we weren't the ones that said it, so he turned this way, and that's when he got kicked. And then after that, the firefighter Cox was saying, get up again, and he got in his fighting stance, and I was just like, oh no, we can't have a fight here on the service road, so.
Mhm. Okay. All right. Is there anything else?
Not really. He kept fighting. I guess they've had previous experience with him, from what I understand. This is the first time I've ever seen the suspect. But I guess he hangs out up on Elm a lot, and he fights every single time they encounter him. He always fights. He's always extremely high on, I guess it's meth, and he's always fighting. And so I guess the fight must have been pretty bad before we got there. I guess he had fought what he said. I put in the report what he said. The firefighter, that he had fought him when they first arrived, basically, to put out the fires. Because there was a huge black area where the grass had been burned. And I guess he fought him right before we got there, and that's how he got his injury. And then that's how, I guess, the suspect got his injuries that they found at the hospital. But the fireman Cox said that he swung first,
Mhm.
and that's when he got hit in the face, and then the fight was on, and then it was fine. He was laying there. He was as calm as somebody can be when they're high, laying on the ground. And the fight was over at that point when we arrived.
Okay. Who told you, made the comment to you about they fought him before, like at another they fought him before at another location, or there?
No, that he always fights officers.
Okay.
He said that he always fights. It's just the DFR guys that were out there. The guy that I rode with in the ambulance, he said that, and I can't remember who else said it.
So
but
they were familiar with this guy. Yeah.
Yes, they've seen that he always fights the officers. He's always very violent.
Okay. Okay.
And I imagine that's probably true from the way he was struggling. Even after we had him in handcuffs, he still just was not calming down at all.
Mhm. Okay. So, do you know what caused him to kick the guy when he raised up?
I don't know. I don't know if he said something when he turned around to him or something like that, but I have no idea. I tried to listen to it, but I couldn't, on our computers at the station, hear if he said anything
Yeah, I
to him,
couldn't, I couldn't either. So I didn't know, maybe being there, did you
No, it was
see
really
something
loud.
different?
No, I mean, it happened so quickly that I feel like I saw more when I watched the body cam footage after.
Mhm.
Because, I guess I wasn't looking directly at it whenever he did. I saw him kicking, but I don't remember seeing him, sit up and turn around. I just remember that he kicked him. So I
Mhm.
thought maybe he tried to grab his legs or something, so I
Mhm.
watched the video and,
Did you put that in anything, like any notes or anything?
no, I talked to my supervisor and he told me just don't mention it, don't put it in any notes or an MIR or anything like that. And I said, well, I can put in the report,
Mhm.
what happened, what I saw, and he said, no, just if we need to later on, we can, but
Oh, did he say why?
no.
Okay. And then who's your sergeant that said this?
It was Sergeant Cruz and Lieutenant Hawkins that I was
They're,
talking to.
they're the ones who told you not to?
Yeah, they just
Or
said,
was it Sergeant Cruz?
it was both of them because we were in the room together when we were talking, and I think that they just they weren't sure if that should go in this report, or since it was the assault on the public servant, the initial contact.
Okay.
I guess they weren't sure what report to make for what happened after.
Yeah,
Before we
because,
talked to y'all.
because when I'm reading it, the report, it's just for someone who doesn't, wasn't there. When I'm reading it, it reads, and I could be wrong, so I'll read it again. It reads as if the guy was assaulted, and then you tased the guy.
Yeah, did I not put in that he tried to start fighting again?
That's what I said. We want to get it right here, so
Yeah.
let me read it. All right. AP Johnson arrived and observed arrested person, Kyle Vess, laying on the ground at 2500 Dallas Fort Worth Turnpike. AP Vess got up off the ground and began to try to fight with complainant Cox, while Cuddy was waiting for more cover to arrive to put Vess in custody. Cuddy deployed taser due to active aggression toward Cox. Fired once, and then he staggered to the ground, at which time he placed him in handcuffs. So, yeah. So I'm just tell me if I'm wrong. When I'm reading it, it's like he was laying on the ground, then he started trying to fight Cox, and then you tased him. But I don't, so that's just that part right in there about
where I kicked him.
Kicked him.
Yeah, they told me not to.
Okay.
Put it
Well,
in.
I'll talk to give me that name again.
It's
Cruz
and Hawkins.
and Hawkins is a
Yeah.
lieutenant at your station.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Do you have anything else to add?
Not really.
Okay.
It was kind of one of those situations that just crappy.
Mm-hmm. All right. Would you like for you to write an affidavit? Is basically what you said. You went out there on a call regarding I guess you're assisting DFR on fire, and just tell us what you got when you got there, what happened.
Okay.
All right.
I can do that.
And that's it. So pretty as simple as what we talked about here. Just put in your own words, and then I'll set it up. You want to type it right?
I can type it.
Okay.
Be faster.
I'll set it up for you here,
Okay.
and then we're done.
Oh, that was quick.
Do you want me to give you a call sheet if you want to relate to names or addresses or
Yeah,
badge
that'd be
numbers?
great.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. I think your sergeant wrote this. I think he wrote. I don't know if you read this.
No,
You wrote this.
I haven't
Okay.
read anything.
I'll reach out to you, sergeant. This way here. You can refer back to this.
Okay.
And let me just show you some pictures, see if this is what you saw. I went out to the location.
Oh, Okay.
And this camera here caught the incident out there.
Oh, wow, okay.
So this is the first fire
Oh,
that the guy set here.
is that on the inside of the fence? Oh, that's on.
Yeah, because it's went from the sidewalk through the fence, and this is their property here.
Oh, no, I didn't see that inside of
Yeah.
it. I saw this, but I didn't pay attention to that.
Yeah, it went through there.
Yeah.
This one almost got there, but they put it out. So when they got there, this is where you guys were up top front here. So this was the first one. This is the second. All right, now this almost crossed over into there until they put it out.
Yeah.
And then here's the third one he was trying to set until
That's the
Cox
one
went
that
up
he
and
stomped it
put
out.
it out. Yeah. And he was setting this fire while they were putting out the second fire there.
Okay.
So yeah, he was about to, and that grass, that fire didn't start, it went pretty quick. As soon as he
Yeah.
lit it, it started blazing up. It doesn't take long for those fires, especially with no water out there,
Oh, man.
you know, being dry. Let me go and grab me a thumb drive and I'll come and set that up for you.
Okay, thank you.
How's the traffic coming here?
They were not terrible. Gets a little slow always, but just right around the area. That's not bad.
First name?
Jessica?
Cuddy?
Uh-huh.
Badge.
10515.
All right, Jessica. You can just start typing here. When you're
Okay.
done, just come out and grab me, and I'll come and save it on that. Because I gotta take it to my desk and print it out.
Okay. So in the future, for you guys' sake, we can just put everything in the arrest report and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay,
You know,
cool.
or somewhere so we can, you know, because a lot of, just so happened, thank goodness that we had body cam
Yeah.
and they had the camera out there. So, and it helps with it. Because we didn't have anything, we got to go strictly on what you're saying.
Yeah.
and believe what you're saying. So, it helps the detective out, a lot. What's today's date? The 9th?
Yes.
9th? Okay, let's see if I can pull you real quick. Okay, and we're in August. Okay. Alrighty, here you go. You can just start typing here, and then when you're done, just come out and grab me.
Okay.
Alright?
Thank you.